When I visited Turkey some years ago, I fell in love with this very simple meal called kırmızı mercimek çorbası, which is basically Turkish red lentil soup. I cannot tell you how amazingly flavorful and a hug in a bowl this recipe is. Come with me. This is one of my favorite pantry meals, honestly. It takes such little effort and it turns out so beautiful and creamy and very comforting. So I'm using 1 cup of red lentils, and these are split red lentils which will cook very fast and collapse and turn gorgeously creamy without any heavy cream. And then we're gonna go ahead and chop up some carrots and some potato. 1 nice large potato. Let's peel it real fast. So I've been to Turkey, and this is one of those homey, cozy meals that I just absolutely loved. And it's fun to say. Kırmızı mercimek çorbası. And the crowd went wild, I can say. I got super excited about that because it's not easy to say, but it is a really gorgeous soup and vegan, you wouldn't even know it. But let's make magic, because a chef is someone who makes magic, in my opinion. Just cut it in half and then go ahead and kind of thinly slice from here. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to blend this whole party together at some point, but you'll be surprised how cozy this is. Everyone needs a cozy hug in a bowl, and this is a hug in a bowl, Turkish style. Restaurants in Turkey will actually serve this late at night when you have been out with your friends partying and you need something kind of to hold you together. They serve this meal because it's that hearty and that satisfying and just comforting. You can peel your carrots if you like, or just wash them real good. I washed them and I'm gonna peel them. This is kind of fun though, like, chef, one who turns food into happiness. Also, see, wizard or magician. You like my apron, David? You can buy one on the MediterraneanDish.com. So the carrots will give the lentils sweetness. The potatoes will give the soup that velvety texture without using heavy cream. And you've got yourself the best pantry/fridge raid right here. Of all God's legumes, I favor lentils because you don't have to soak them overnight. So, and these guys being split lentils, they cook so fast, which makes them a great plant-based protein for a weeknight. And then go ahead and drain. Okay, so now we're ready to go to the stove. This whole thing will take 1 pot. Come with me. Now, if you're cooking, you might put your garlic in here or your potatoes, just so you don't, you don't know. Nice big pot, medium-high heat. We're about to start our flavor party. I hope you're ready. Now we're gonna go in with a couple tablespoons of some good extra virgin olive oil. Get the oil nice and shimmering, and once it shimmers, we're gonna go in with our veggies. Get it, chef? Putting in your veggies. We're gonna go in with the potatoes, carrots for the base of this delicious lentil soup. No carrot left behind. 1 large onion chopped, 2 minced garlic cloves, and then go back up, medium-high heat, and then nice pinch of kosher salt to help this party kind of sweat and get nice and tender. And you're gonna let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Your goal is to just get the veggies to collapse just a tad before adding the lentils and the rest. Starting to get tender. They're not gonna be fully cooked yet, people. So, just looking to give them a head start. We have some tomato paste. This will give it some umami and good color. So no, this is not gonna be one of those beige soups. This is gonna be a very vibrant lentil soup. So you need yourself some liquid for a soup, and I'm using vegetable broth here. Remember the flavor party philosophy? Did I tell you my flavor party philosophy? You take every opportunity, every step of the recipe to add more flavor, our opportunity now is to add the warm seasonings that make this mercimek çorbası so good. We're gonna do cumin, coriander, and a dash of aleppo pepper. So a teaspoon of cumin. I don't really measure much sometimes when I make this, but you measure 1 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of coriander, and then we're going in with some aleppo pepper. If you don't know what they look like, aren't they beautiful? So this is not as hot as your average red pepper flakes, but it does have some heat that kicks in at some point. It's not too much, and it has sweet undertones like a sun-dried tomato. It's really, really great, rounds out the flavor, and if you don't have it near you, you can find it on our shop online, themediterraneandish.com. Taste the broth before I add my lentils, because essentially lentils, they don't have a ton of flavor on their own. They're nice and neutral. Red lentils specifically have just a hint of sweetness, but you still want to make sure that your broth has enough flavor so that this soup will be delicious. So let's see. Yep, we got it, people. We got it. So we're going to go ahead and add the lentils. And 1 cup will feed a hungry crowd. Isn't that cool? I also love that it stays in the fridge up to 5 days. So yes, this could be lunch for the next few days. And at this point, we're just waiting for this whole party to boil and bubble and all that good stuff. Okay, so this has been bubbling happily for a good 5 minutes. And at this point in time, you don't have to do much. You're just gonna turn it down, maybe to a medium lowish or a simmer. Keep those bubbles happening, and then go ahead and add your lid, but leave a little bit of breathing room. 20 minutes and dinner will be ready. Grab one of these. I love to finish with a drizzle of olive oil and aleppo pepper. It adds richness, and it's also just beautiful to look at. And then we'll add our aleppo. Just watch what happens. I'm gonna take it off because I don't want it to burn. I want it to be nice and beautiful golden red color. And I'm gonna turn off my heat and just sit this in the back for now. The soup is now ready. Everything should have collapsed beautifully. At this point, the consistency should be thick enough, and then you should be able to tell that the lentils have completely almost dissolved in here, and they kind of just like expanded a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with this blender here, but if you don't have one, then go ahead and use a food processor. Just wait a bit for the soup to not be super hot. You've got to keep this under because you don't want this splashing in your face. It's very hot. So that's why I use a deep pot. No cream whatsoever. The potatoes have done the job, and our soup is ready. I told you I'm going to show you my favorite way to serve this soup. So I take my bowl, and then a little bit of lemon juice. Grab some of this beautiful aleppo pepper and olive oil situation. Just keep in mind that this soup will stay in your fridge for a good 5 days, so it's perfect for lunch. You can also freeze it for later. So much flavor. Hug in a bowl. I absolutely love lentil soup, and I have other lentil recipes on this channel. Make sure you check them out. If you're a Turkish food lover, check out my guzleme recipe as well. Grab the recipe for Turkish red lentil soup over on themediterraneandish.com. I will see you later. Ciao. Who made this?